All right, now let me get into the one technique that has been so evergreen for me, and I think that you'll like it, and I think that you can use it over and over and over again. It's called 5W and 1H, and you've probably figured this out already because it goes back to like about the 5th grade. But here's the thing that I've discovered in my 65 years on the planet: the simple things work the best. I love that KISS methodology, keep it super simple. And I really like that. And this is a simple technique, but it works wonderfully well when you dig into it and use it properly. So let's get into it. Okay? The first W is who. And what we're wanting here is to tell the reader we understand who they are. Now, your reader or your viewer, if you're making video, however you're delivering your content, they're going to want to know if what you're offering will work for them. So you want to help them connect to your offer by talking about the types of people your offer helps. Beyond that, what you want to do in addition is you want to call out your ideal prospect in your marketing. So your first shot out of the box, your first thing you should say in your content is, attention, this type of person. Let's say that you're trying to reach chemical engineers. Okay, that's a really tight niche. It's a hard group to hit, but it can be done. It's a hard group to find. So if your sales letter, your ad, your article, your blog post, your podcast starts out by saying, attention chemical engineers, there's news that you need to hear today. Is somebody who is an actuary or someone who works on an assembly line or somebody who's a coder in a computer office or somebody who's a salesperson going to listen to that? No, they're not going to pay any attention to it at all. And that's a beautiful thing, because what you want to do is call out to your ideal prospect and repel everyone else. If you learn how to do this, attract your ideal prospect and repel everyone else, what happens is your ad costs go down dramatically because you're not paying for clicks you don't really need. And in addition to that, your conversion goes up dramatically because you've set the stage by saying, here's who I'm talking to. So if you walk into a crowd of people and you say, I want all the redheads to move to the right side of the room, everybody with red hair is going to move to the right side of the room, right? So you've identified who has red hair. You help them connect to your offer by talking about the types of people your offer helps. So this is the first step. Who are you trying to reach? And not only knowing it in your mind, who you want to reach, but in addition to that, saying it out loud. I can help people who are just starting out online and have never made any money. That's one value statement. Here's another value statement. I help companies go from 7-figure sales per year to 8-figure sales per year. Here's another value statement. I help people trim their staff by 10% and increase their revenue by 25% by bringing efficiency to their process. So you see, there are a million of these statements you can make, but if you learn to make these statements, you're going to sell more. All right. Is your person a beginner? Say that right up front. Attention, beginning internet marketer, affiliate marketers. Attention, beginner affiliate marketers. How about if they're an intermediate person? They've got some experience under their belt? Then say that. Experiment with different ways to say that. How about if they're advanced? Are they very advanced? Remember the statement I made a moment ago? I helped 7-figure companies go up to 8 figures? Well, that's certainly an advanced person, right? And or advanced company. So whether they're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, what you want to do, no matter where they are on the continuum, what you want to do is call out to them and say, please pay attention to me. If you're a beginner, this is for you. People who aren't beginners, okay, I'm not a beginner at almost anything at this point in my life, right? I'm 65, I've been married 46 years, I've been self-employed 36 years, I've been a parent for 36 years. You know, I do learn new things all the time, but I would be considered intermediate or advanced in most of those topics simply due to, you know, the sun coming up and going down enough times. So if you're calling, if you know who you want to work with, call out to them. You know, this is not for beginners. This is for advanced people. This is not for advanced people. This is for beginners. Say it out loud. Really, really helps. Is education required to do what you're asking them to do? Is education required in order to buy your product? There are some products that require an education already. So let's say that you're selling a course on email marketing. I'm going to just use email marketing as an example because it's maybe my best area. So let's say you're selling a course about email marketing. Do you want customers who don't even know what an autoresponder is? Probably not. So how does that play out? How do these things we're talking about right now work out in your content? Well, in your content, you say, if you don't even know what an autoresponder is, this might not be for you, but I have a free resource you can have. Click here. Now what you've done is you've got a contact, so you've saved that, right? You're not just sending people away, but you segmented them off into categories. I'm brand new. I don't know. What's an autoresponder? Never heard that term before. Well, that person is not going to be able to follow you in your advanced email marketing teaching when you're talking about segmentation and you're talking about open loops and all these technical things. They're not going to be able to follow that. So just say that right up front in your content. You know, if you don't even know what an autoresponder is, if you don't even know what conversion means, if you don't even know what ketosis is, this might not be for you. What about investment required? So here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to say, if you can't spend $7,000, this is not for you, because that would be shooting yourself in the foot, as they say. That would be a poor choice. But if there is an investment required to acquire your product, your knowledge, your information, then one valid way of marketing with content is to say this is for serious people only. This is for people willing to invest in themselves. So you want to pepper your phrases in there like that. Now, is this location specific? What about the EU? It's only applicable in the EU, or this is only for people in America. Australians only. People in Singapore. On and on and on. If your information is location specific, it's best to say that right up front. So that covers the who part of the equation. Remember, we've got 5 W's and 1 H.